We're live. Okay, so my tripod is broken and we're gonna try something real dangerous. Can I angle this down at all? Yes, I can. Okay. I don't want to talk about the precariousness of what we're looking at here. Well, welcome to your Q&D for the week. If you are not a patron, you can view the entire Q&D up on Patreon for $2. $2. What are we looking at? Well, we're looking at patron requests, and what do we have here? Will Rosenstein testify? Why did he resign? How damaging will Mueller's testimony be to Barr and to Trump? Let's look into Trump's taxes. Let's look into Bernie Sanders' intention, this data harvesting thing he's got going on. Somebody wanted to know, does Pelosi have a long-term strategy regarding impeachment? Do Dems have a plan? We're looking at Venezuela. We're looking at Nicaragua. I also have a whole host of Trump, Barr, Mueller-related questions here over on my computer with my patrons. So we're going to be looking at all of that stuff. And of course, you will get a little bit of a preview, and then if you want to see the rest, yes, this is how I make my living. So I appreciate it when people pay for my hard work. Speaking of paying for hard work, everybody who is a patron, if you are a patron, Aliza of Moonplot Astrology is doing a flash sale. She is extending it until Wednesday for my patrons. So if you want to get a reading with her, it's a text reading only. So it's a reading, basically, you DM each other, you're going back and forth. You have to schedule it with her. It is not on the phone. It is not in person. It is not over FaceTime. It is chat only. It's a chat reading. But you do have to schedule it with her. So she's doing that, I think it's 40 minutes for $100. Astro and Tarot, or just one or just the other. Do it. She's booking for May and June only, and she is extending this sale. It's to her patrons, but she's also extended it to my patrons. So if you've been wanting to get a reading with her, now's your chance. She is doing this stuff. It is on sale until Wednesday. So hit her up. Let her know you're a patron of mine. She will verify with me if you're not, and then you'll be in trouble. All right, let's get on this. Let's look. I'm going to jump right in, and I'm actually going to jump ahead of Rosenstein, even though he's the first guy on my list. Let's look at Mueller's testimony because he's testifying. I just saw Linda G put up on Twitter. It was May 15th. I don't know if that's a solid date, but let's take a peek. See what's just. I'm just going to kind of take a general lay of the land glance around here at Mueller, and we shall see. I'm running out of room on this desk, though. All right. Also, I have a Drunk Tarot coming up with Mr. Casey Watson, musician, if I can say it. Oh, Trump in the death card. Hello. So let's take a peek at this. But I have a Drunk Tarot coming up. It is this Saturday. No, it is not. It is this Friday. It is this Friday. I believe that's May 3rd. We're going to be doing a pregame on Instagram Live. So if you don't follow me there, come follow me there at Third Eye Champagne. We're going to be chit-chatting and having a couple drinks and talking conspiracies and aliens and really whatever you guys want to chat about. So we're going to do that on Instagram Live before we go over to Patronia. Patrons, if you want to view this, if you're not a patron and you want to view this, it's going to be on the $10 tier. So let's get to it. We have Trump and death. So we have this. We have Trump and death. We have Trump walking away. We have Trump gliding away. He's taken off. That's kind of what's going along as far as the Mueller testimony goes. However, it came out with the Hanged Man, which means not quite yet. We're still waiting. What else do we have? Justice on Mr. Mueller. Okay. Interesting. So this guy keeps showing up in our readings. I have a dog hair on my mouth. It's attractive. This guy keeps showing up in our readings. We've been doing this over on Patreon. I don't think any of those readings have made their way to YouTube yet, but I don't know who this is. We're suspecting it's McGann. We don't know, but this card has been showing up for the last several readings, probably for the last 2 or 3 weeks, give or take, in connection with the Trump case, in connection with bringing Trump down, in connection with having information that brings Trump down, and we don't know who he is. We have no idea. I get nothing. It's just that this guy's showing up over and over and over again. So if you have thoughts, let me know, obviously. But he's here in this Mueller reading, so he's here. Really interesting. Looks like there's Mueller. Cards are on point. Cards know who we're talking about. I love to see that. Okay, so Mueller definitively says, yes, there was collusion with the campaign. He definitively says, yes, this campaign did something wrong. I don't know if he's going to say, yes, this campaign did something illegal because he couldn't prove it, right? He might, but he's definitely going to say, this is the T. They did it. Now you have to do something about it. So that's going to happen. He's going to say, they did it. You have to do something about it. Looks like Donald Trump Jr., or as I like to call him, Diarrhea Face. I have horrible names for these people. I am a child. I'm a 2-year-old. Donald Trump Jr. is Diarrhea Face. His brother is Vomit Face. And I've been calling William Barr Billy Barf. So that's what's going on in my life these days. But it looks like he spills a lot of tea on Donald Trump Jr. He looks like he seems to get it the most, which I have been saying for years now. It's going to be really damaging. So in the overall scope of life, the cards are saying this Mueller report is going to be very damaging. It's going to be really bad. It seems to cause a death to Donald Trump. But Donald Trump is like, nothing sticks to this guy, right? And I've been seeing the death card on him since the very first reading I did on this guy in 2017. He's still here. He's still president. So is it just, you know, he just seems to continue to rise from his ashes? This is going to be classy. Not sponsored by San Pellegrino, but I'll take it. I'll take the sponsorship. Call me. Call me, girl. It looks like it's very damaging, but does anybody do anything about it? That's our problem, right? We know, you know, in common sense life, it's very damaging, and then somebody does something about it. This is very damaging. He is literally going to come out and say, they did it. They did it. It's illegal. It's immoral. They were elected on the basis of false information. There was much tampering going on. They did it. Donald Trump Jr., Diarrhea Face in particular, did it. That's the card of manipulation right there. And this is the card of Donald Trump Jr. right here, by the way. But is anybody going to do anything about it? And look, he drops his bomb. Here's our end card. So Mueller drops his bomb and he's like, here you go. And then does anybody do anything about it? That's the problem. And like I said, in God damn it, even, you know, 25 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, somebody would have been like, you know, we would have been like, yes, it's now a foregone conclusion that Congress is going to do something about this. I don't know that that's the case here, so I'm going to look at that next. But he flat out will come out and say, yes, they did it. Yes, collusion. I mean, the word conspiracy is going to be brought up, but I think, I'm going to sneeze. I can feel it coming. Not yet. There we go. Allergies, y'all. The word conspiracy is going to be brought up. However, it starts to get into funky territory because Mueller, I don't think, could have proven that in a legal sense, right? But it will be brought up. It will be brought up, and he may very well say straight up, yes, I believe these people conspired. However, I could not prove it in a legal sense. This Mueller's testimony is going to be really ugly. It's going to be really damaging. But how does it affect Trump? Now, we saw Trump with the death card, but I've seen this before. And either it's a death that we're just waiting for still since 2017 when I started reading on this guy and seeing the death card, or it's that he just keeps dying 1,000 deaths and keeps rising up from it. So that's, you know, the tarot can be tricky like that, you guys. It really can. It really can. It can mess with you. Yeah, a case in point, before I started reading publicly, I was reading privately. I had clients. You know, I had a very lovely client roster. Hello, lovely clients, all VIP clients. And they would, you know, hit me up. God, is he going to win? Is Trump going to win? You know, is Trump going to win? Is Trump going to win the election? And every time I put down cards, is Trump going to win the election? And it would show me a clear winner, and that clear winner was always Queen of Cups, which is Hillary. So, joke's on me, right? Because even though he didn't win the election, he's squatting in the White House. So that's what I mean. You know, the tarot can be tricky. So let's see. How does... There's Trump. Cut right to him. How does Mueller's testimony affect Donald Trump and Donald Trump's presidency? Let's do that, actually. How does Mueller's testimony affect Donald Trump's presidency? Show me that. I think I am going to take a peek at Barr. See how much trouble he's about to be in. Because here's the problem. I mean, you know, logically, it's like, yeah, well, of course these people are going to be in trouble and they're going to be arrested. And it's like, I don't know what's going on. People just aren't doing their jobs. So show me, how damaging is Mueller's testimony to the Trump presidency? What are the effects here? What are the effects of Mueller's testimony? I do believe Congress will begin impeachment proceedings. I really do. And I said that like a while ago. I was reading over some of my 2017 readings. They're all up on my website, by the way. Oh, yeah, Donald Trump Jr. in trouble. They're all up on my website, KirstenLangston.rocks. Some hits, some misses. I think definitely more hits than misses, obviously. But if you want to go check it out, check it out. The 2017 ones aren't up there yet. I do believe they will start. So, how does it affect his presidency? Interesting. Donald Trump Jr. is here again with collusions and secrets. I mean, this is like, he's just here. Like, here's his Russian partners and secrets. There's the card of secrets. Here's mom at diarrhea face. And they're just kind of off to the side, like, maybe Congress will go after him. Congress is here in the cards, so it's here. They may just go after him and leave Trump to rot. They may not go after Trump. They may not be able to. But it looks like they're going to have a pretty hefty conversation here with they're going to call diarrhea face. I don't know if they're going to get him or they're going to get him right away, because I think, you know, that whole administration is just like, at this point, they're just biding their time. I mean, they're just trying to play the long game and run out the clock. This is all they're doing. They're standing there and dribbling the ball. This is all that they're doing. They're not going to take the shot until the last possible second, until they absolutely have to. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but looks like it gets diarrhea face pretty good. They may want to talk to Ivanka. I know they want to talk to somebody. There's a female here, and I'm not sure it's Ivanka, although this is the card of Ivanka. But it looks like they want to talk to Ivanka as well. They're like, okay, something happens to her here. I don't know what other female in the Trump presidency this could be. How does it affect? So this is really awful, because it's showing me that it makes the presidency itself unsteady. It's showing me that we have 5 below the reading. So it's like, okay, things aren't great. And then we have the 8, which is also another card of unsteadiness. And then these cards are saying, and then you'll have to wait and see. Page of Wands. Then you have to wait and see what comes out of it. You have to wait and see how this goes. Which, you know, not fun. So let's try that one more time. No, that's the Queen of Wands. I need the King of Wands. I have a wonderful preview of my Sunday brunch coming out for you guys, and I also have a great preview of my Virgin Mary deep dive coming out for you guys, which was, it went an hour and a half, and the stuff coming out of that thing was just crazy. I mean, I started tapping into historical Mary and like getting all this information, and you know, those videos, I mean, I have a whole disclaimer at the beginning how, you know, you have to take it with a grain of salt, because you can't verify any of this, because I'm talking about somebody that's been dead, you know, however many years. And, but it's always fun. Like, it's always a fun thing. And there have been, with some of these readings, people have come back and said, hey, I think I found evidence of something that you said in your reading. And so it's interesting. But, I call them kind of spectacles, just because you never know what's going to happen. And unlike readings like this, where, you know, I'm attempting to predict the future, you know, you can't verify it. It's not going to come true. You know what I mean? Some of it can be verified, but it's really just good, solid entertainment, quite frankly. And the stuff that was coming out on Mary was just like, what? So show me, Donald Trump, how is your presidency affected by Mueller's testimony before Congress and the resulting effects of Mueller's testimony? How is your presidency affected? Do you remain president? And you know, also for YouTube, I call these previews. You get a pretty good amount of show before it switches over to paid content. I always try to give you guys a pretty good amount of show. Well, there's Mueller, so all right, cards are like, well, we know we're talking about Bob. Bob has tea, so let's see how it affects Trump's presidency. It shows collusion. So it does establish collusion. It does wound the presidency. Okay, 9 of Wands, the card of PTSD. It wounds the presidency. Justice. Here's that lady again with the Justice card again. You just saw me BS and shuffle for like, I don't know, a full 2 minutes, which I'm sure gets on some people's nerves, but the cards need a good shuffling. She's here again. So I don't know who this is, but it looks like, it's not Pelosi, because Pelosi is Queen of Wands. But somebody, and she shows up now here with Queen of Pentacles as well. So it's like 2 women are here saying, all right, we're going to do this, or this is the outcome. This is what's happening. It moves slowly, but it looks like this man does abdicate his presidency. This guy came up for him again as the final outcome. So, but it moves slowly. Temperance. Temperance. Slower than we'd like, which I've been saying all along, which is really irritating. Okay, so one more for you YouTubers before I move on. And patrons, I'll get back over to these questions here because I know you have a lot of mother bar questions. And again, this kind of stuff gets you in the door. $2 gets you in the door. So please feel free to come and party in Patronia. I won't be mad at you. All right. What's going to happen to Billy Barf? Huh. What's going to happen to Billy Barf? What's going to happen to William Barr now? He seems to leave in shame. I think he resigns or is forced out, but he does appear to leave in shame. And I mean, it's ugly. Like, it's like the aura around this guy is like when he walks, it's bad. Show me what is. And he perjured himself. They basically proved today he perjured himself. So what's going on? Tell me, Barr. Is Barr removed, impeached? Does he walk? Tell me what's going on with Barr. Let's see. Oh my God, here she is again. There's Trump in the past. So the Tower of Justice is coming for Barr. He may actually be, he will likely face some sort of legal consequences. At the very least, I believe he does resign his position, or he's forced out of, or he's forced to resign, or he's forced out of his position. But he doesn't get out of this unscathed at all. At all. He's in trouble. But Hangman in the home environment suggests he doesn't go anywhere quite yet. Temperance again. Now Barr is ruined by this. Look at this, 5 of Pentacles. He's ruined. I believe he's professionally ruined. So he's probably disbarred. I mean, he just perjured himself before Congress. So like, you know, I could do a whole reading on that guy right now because everything's coming through, and he's it's almost like he's just kind of like, well, this is not turning out the way I thought it would. Like he's really upset. Like he's like, it's just not turning out the way I thought it would. I don't understand this. I don't understand. This is not how this was supposed to go. Like he's supposed to get away with it. Everybody was supposed to roll over and let him get away with it. He is like, what are we doing next? Because this didn't work, and now my ass is on the line. I'm not happy about it. He seems to know he's going to go down over this. Like he's not stupid. He's not. He's really not. He's not a stupid guy. He knows he's going to go down over this. He sees it coming, and he's just kind of like, can we do anything or no? And the answer is no. You're screwed. Justice in the Tower for you, sir. You're screwed. All right, YouTube. You want to see the rest of this? Come on over to Patreon. The link is in the box as always. $2 gets you this reading. It also gets you access to all my archives. So I had a bunch of people join Patreon, like a ton of people. And I know what y'all did is you got on there for your $2 and you went through everything you possibly could in 30 days and then jumped off. So that's your prerogative if you want to do it. But that, I'm telling you, $2 gets you a ton. It doesn't just get you one reading. It gets you everything for the month plus the archives. And that's all the Trump archives. That's all the deep dive archives. It's everything. All the Q&D archives, all the stuff I've been reading on since 2016. It's all here. Okay, patrons, hello. So, patrons, let's check. All right, we'll look at Rosenstein. You guys really want to look at Rosenstein. I feel like he kind of intimated or hinted that he was going to leave anyway. So, Jean says, I'm amazing. Thank you, Jean. Araceli wants to know about Rosenstein. So, we'll look at him. And a couple of you want to know other stuff, I think, about him as well. So, show me, why did you... So, they seem to think disaster is imminent, and they're all just trying to put on the brakes. That's what's going on here. They're all just like, like, let's put on the brakes. Let's just stall it. That's what I get, is like, let's all stall this. I'm not saying that's why he resigned, but he knows shit's coming down, dude. He knows. And I think he did stuff. Yes, he did. I think he did stuff that he's really going, okay, you know, if I just slip away into the night like Jeff Sessions, nobody's going to bug me. There might be money stuff going on with him too. Yeah, he knows the end is near. So he preemptively got himself out of stuff before shit could really hit the fan. I mean, he may have to testify, he may have to come in, but it looks like he was, you know, maybe if I just extricate myself from this, then nobody will see me or bother me or whatever. But he seems to know, it's like there's money stuff here. So he seems to know stuff about money or Cohen stuff, because Cohen is Queen of Pentacles. He seems to know information or have knowledge of information that's forthcoming. And I got this sense before, and I get it again, that they know more than we know. And by them, I mean the Trump people. I mean, not even Republicans. Not all Republicans know this, but there's a pretty good tight group of people that know the information that's about to come out, and they're like, oh shit, and I'll show you who else is here. Look at that. These two again. So he knows something's coming down. He has knowledge of something coming down, and he was just like, let me get out of this. Let me get rid of this. Death is coming. Let me get out of here. So he's just a CYA move on his part, is what it is. Let's see. All right. Well, Mueller's testimony damaged Barr. That we looked at. I mean, Barr's in deep shit. I'm sure Mueller's testimony. I mean, we already saw the letter. He wrote the letter in March. Like, excuse me, what are you doing, Barr? What's kind of annoying about Mueller is he's not like, he's very measured, you know, and he's like, I'm going to go through the proper channels and do what I'm supposed to do, and da-da-da. What's his sign? Because I feel like we have to have some kind of, what, I don't know, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo even, maybe. For that kind of thing. Like, I'm just going to go through the proper channels is what I'm going to do. So, I think Rosenstein will testify at some point. Although, if he does, it may just be to corroborate information, not really to be in trouble himself. Wipe off all that lipstick. It's good stuff. Glad you guys like that picture of Mr. Santo. So again, Drunk Tarot, Casey and I will be pre-gaming on Instagram Live around 8:30 Pacific Daylight Time. And my Instagram is @ParadiseChampagne. And then around 9-ish, we're going to go to the Drunk Tarot live. We'll be live. We will be live streaming, so you guys can come and hang out and chat with us. We're going to get wild. We're going to get crazy. We're starting off with aliens, and we'll see where we go from there. So that's at the $10 tier. Again, if you jump tiers, if you're on the $2 tier and you want to hit that $10 tier to see this live stream, you're only going to get charged $8. So it's not horrid. And then, of course, you can enjoy that tier for the rest of the month because, you know, it's like very beginning of the month. So you'll have everything on that tier. And then if you're like, yeah, I don't really need that live stream in my life, that's fine, because we're going to have some of that live stream edited down for patrons and for Third Eye Champagne episode. So FYI. FYI, you can catch it any which way, but if you want to catch the whole thing and you want to catch it live, then you want to be on that $10 tier. All right, let's see. Yes, he committed perjury. That we know, Jen. Okay. Yes, okay, so Jen's question was, will Barr be charged with perjury and forced to resign? And I believe he's out. The man is out. The man is out. I mean, he's in deep shit. He is in deep shit, Arkansas. I've got a little list here of the main stuff I want to look at, but I have all your comments here that I'm also looking at. Jen also wants to know about the taxes, so let's look at the taxes. And I just saw that Deutsche Bank has a bunch of all of Trump's tax information. I retweeted it. I was like, wow, this is interesting. So show me Trump's taxes. Will Congress see Trump's taxes? I do believe Congress and the public will see Trump's taxes, and I do believe it is absolutely damaging. I also do believe I need to charge my phone, which means I have to go find a phone charger. So I'll be back. I thought I had enough battery. Okay. All right, now I gotta do this. Oof. Coming back. Okay, so let's do that. And are you gonna just pull my phone down? Yeah, sure. Oh God. Everything's fine. Everything's just fine. Jesus, Mercury's not even retrograde, y'all. All right, let's see here. It's nice now I have 15 chins. Okay. Wee. Make it. Now you just turn towards the wall, which is not good. I have rigged up a very, very interesting tripod thing here, so don't mind me. What if I do that? Does that help? Sort of. You don't even want to know what's happening over here right now. Okay. Anyway, there's very damning stuff in the taxes. Very damning. Like, no kidding, very damning. So let's see, Trump's taxes. It's funny because I feel like as far as consequences go, it's kind of like just this entire presidency where so many things start going on, so many things are happening that they don't get everybody's. Shit falls through the cracks, you know? It's kind of like, you know, with Trump, it's scandal after scandal after scandal, you know? It looks like they get Pence's taxes as well, or they're trying to. Yeah, there's very interesting money stuff going on here. They do get Trump's taxes. A couple of other people get a hold of Trump's taxes. There seems to be a woman here. Who are you? I don't know. I'm gonna sneeze again too. But Pence is here. Trump is here. They do get the taxes. They get it. Here's the money. They're gonna get it. They're gonna look at it. Here we go. Page of Pentacles. They're gonna be able to study his taxes. But there's something wrong here. So this may not be a person because I'm not getting a direct read on who it is. But it may be a situation where the taxes have been highly manipulated. Highly manipulated. The numbers inflated, what have you, but there are so many weird things on the taxes and so many things where once people start digging into it, basically auditing it, they're like, this can't be a thing because this thing over here is that, you know what I mean? Like they're going to start looking at it and going, this is a fabrication. The whole fucking thing is a fabrication. Straight up. So as far as consequences go, I think there's some people that are going to, slip through the cracks, and Mnuchin might be one of them. And there are other people that are going to get it. So, but that comes later, like way later. I mean, obviously this guy doesn't want his taxes released. And I don't think it's just because he doesn't. I mean, there's something there. And I'm telling you, when they get in there, I do believe there's Russia stuff. I do believe they've inflated stuff. They've lied flat out. Like there's no, there's no, it's not just because he doesn't have the kind of money that he says he has. It's where the money's coming from that's an issue. I don't believe, lawsuit-wise, that he gets away with this. So it looks like, I mean, he's definitely trying to obstruct. That's all over the place here. Look at this. Look at this. Don't look at my taxes. I've done everything wrong. I've done all the bad things. If you want to know what these three cards mean, they mean all the bad things. I mean, you can kind of look at them and see this guy's sneaking around, that guy's sneaking around, and there's the devil. So super fun. I think that eventually taxes are released, and I think they have to get a hold of Don Jr.'s taxes as well, because there's something going on there. So it's not just Trump. It seems like there are other people involved here. There's, oh, that could be Kushner. I said Pence, you know, because Pence comes out as King of Swords, but now that I'm thinking about it, it could be Kushner, because he comes out as King of Swords as well. Interesting. Interesting. I don't think there's Susan. I don't think there's any ulterior motive behind Rosenstein's letter to Trump. I think he's just so used to kissing ass, he just kept kissing it. All right, what else do we have here? Okay, I covered Ellie's a little bit, Miss Ellie Estrella. Okay, Creatrix wants to know about the data harvesting Bernie Sanders. This is weird. It's a weird thing, and I mean, I thought it was weird, and then other people are on Twitter going, oh, it's not weird, you know, it's just the way people do things, and blah, 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 and I'm just like, I don't know, it seems weird, so I'm going to take a peek at it. And we'll jump over to Pelosi and see, does she really have a plan, or is she just winging it? She doesn't want to impeach. I know that. I mean, everybody knows that. If she wanted to, she would have done it already. She has enough info here. I don't know exactly what she's waiting for. I just keep sending letters to my congresspeople, and they're just getting shorter and shorter. The other day, I just sent one, and I was like, well, another week, another impeachment letter. That's all. That's the whole letter. Impeach Trump. Signed, Kirsten Langston. Like, I've sent them so many letters. Show me this Bernie Sanders data harvesting thing. Just show me general. I just want to know. Of course, we're looking for weirdo cards, right? We're looking for the 5 of Swords. Well, any 5s, really. We're looking for the 7 of Swords. We're looking for the Devil. We're looking for weirdo cards here. Oh. Well, I wouldn't give my data to anybody because it looks like shit does not stay private, or it doesn't stay where it should be, or it is used for things that people cannot conceive of right now. Is it nefarious? Don't see it. Don't see it. Well, there is the 5 of Wands here, but that's not necessarily a card of being nefarious. It could be chaos. It could be, you know, not the best idea. But no, this information is used for things that we don't know about. So, but that may not mean that Bernie Sanders is the one that's using the information. He could get hacked, and there you go. I mean, seriously, but I'm telling you, this information is used for something we don't know about yet, something that is unknown to us, something that may come up later, or someone that may come up later. But I would not give Bernie Sanders my information, no. No, because it's not safe, and it's used for nefarious purposes. Again, I don't get the sense that, well, I don't get the sense one way or another, whether it's Sanders that uses it or somebody else. I don't get bad vibes off Sanders, but I never really have. I'm not a huge Sanders fan, but I mean, he's fine. The wife, but the wife has iffy vibes anyway. But yeah, it looks like that information is used in nefarious ways, one way or another, by someone. Which, I mean, in this day and age, I think anybody's information is, but the fact of the matter is, like, that's what the card showed us, so it's a thing. And Creatrix loves Santos. So yeah, absolutely, I think there's a danger of the information being stolen and weaponized. Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it was here. It's here. It's definitely going to be used. Stolen, devil could be stealing, but definitely used in one way or another in a way that we're like, oh, that was not okay. Got some crazy shit going on in Venezuela today, so let's take a peek at that. And, you know, it's funny. So I was saying that I was reading the, you know, my 2017 predictions. So I'll list it on my website. And one of them was that there was about to be a bunch of unrest in South America. So go me. Toot. Not that I'm excited there's unrest in South America. But it's just nice to know that, you know, I'm getting hits. So show me Nicaragua. Show me what's going on there. Show me resolution. There's more money issues in Nicaragua, so like I don't know exactly what the case is over there, but I'm getting the sense that there's disparity, or there's fights over money, or being paid, or labor. It's poverty. It's a poverty dispute in a way. That I think actually eventually is resolved, but not yet. Yep, still fighting. Literally still fighting. That's what these two cards are saying. So that's not going anywhere anytime soon. Especially, well, it does calm down. The cards cards tell me it calms down. But it's a poverty issue. It's a money issue. It's a situation where people are sick of the bullshit, more or less. But it does eventually calm down. Some sort of agreement is made. Some sort of female is instrumental in facilitating better things. But this could take years, actual literal years. Venezuela is going to be way worse. Let me tell you, that thing's going to get way worse before it gets even better. It really is. Has the U.S. sent troops there because I feel like they want to, or they already have, or they're going to? I don't know if the U.S. has boots on the ground there, but it seems like that may end up becoming a thing. It gets more violent out there. It gets worse out there. I don't see an outcome. You know, one way or another. One guy wins, the other guy wins. I don't see an outcome here. I know I said when I read on it before, and then I feel like I think I got the two guys confused. So I don't love that reading that I did. I really don't. I don't love that reading. Show me Venezuela. Show me the people. Show me what happens to the people. Now, this could go on for like a while. And it gets real ugly. Like, people are disappeared and stuff. Like, it gets ugly. Nobody's going to want to go there for a while. Like, no tourists are going to want to be there. It gets very, very ugly. And it seems like there is some sort of gang thing or drug thing or something. There's something, some kind of civilian, almost like militia type thing that gets involved here. It's really gnarly. And I guess we're not getting the whole story at all. Yeah, they got a ways to go. But we're not being told everything. So we don't really understand the full situation outside of Venezuela here. We don't. And the people carry the burden for quite some time here. It gets, yeah, it's just going to heat up. It just heats up. And I don't see an outcome right now from where I'm sitting. I don't see it. Whoop. Hello. The magician. Okay. No, I don't think Barr's going to impede SDNY, Joan. I don't. He's too busy trying to CYA to mess with SDNY. Let me tell you. I don't think he's gonna, because it's like, I feel like this guy, like, he's going like, I stuck my neck out for you people, and nobody gives a shit. Nobody in the Trump administration cares. Like, they're like, yeah, well, it didn't work out. All right, you walk your fat ass out the door. We're done. Yeah, so, I think he's gonna be out. He's gonna walk, or be forced to walk, but he's done so. Cyclones hitting Mozambique. I think I want to include that, Barbara, in some kind of climate change reading. And now Chris wants to know long-term strategy for impeachment. So that's a really good question to ask of Pelosi. That's a really, really good question. So show me, Nancy. Okay, so I see Nancy Pelosi considering, so she doesn't have her let's just not impeach plan set in stone. She never did. And I see her, what I see in my mind, and I see it clear as a bell. I see her pacing, like pacing and thinking, pacing and thinking, pacing and thinking. Do you have a long-term strategy? I don't get the sense that she does, but maybe the cards will tell us something different. Do you have a long-term strategy? So I'm going to start a couple of videos, a couple of aliens videos. A lot of people like those. I'm going to start doing some readings on aliens. Full videos are going to be on that $10 tier, but, you know, of course I'll make stuff available, portions available to lower tiers and YouTubers. By the way, you know how I gotta babble? You know I gotta babble as I'm doing other things. Helps me concentrate. I feel like some of the best readings are my babble readings, quite frankly, and people get pissed because they're like, well, not you guys, but other people. Why are you talking about all this dumb shit? Well, you know why? Because it makes for a better reading. Well, no, she could fully switch midstream here, Pelosi. There's stuff she's missing. No, she's not set in stone. Look at this. Decision's right on top of her. So there's no long-term plan for impeachment, but there's also no long-term plan for not impeaching. She's going to see how it goes. But there is stuff that she cannot see just yet. So this may be, or stuff that we can't see maybe that she wants us to see, but this could be Mueller's testimony. But there's stuff that either she doesn't know or we don't know or she wants the public to know, but there's information missing, and that's why she hasn't decided yay or nay. I mean, right now she's on the side of no, I'm not impeaching the guy, I won't do it. But also, it's not set in stone. She has not made up her mind. And she, okay. Bob Mueller. Okay, so this hinges on Mueller. Her deciding what to do hinges on Mueller. Straight up, that's it. End of story. It's right now, there are people right now going, well, no, I want you to do this. This is the fighting card, right? So she has too many people going, I want this. No, I want this. No, I want this. And people telling her, no, if we do this, it'll be bad. If we do that, it'll be bad. And da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. She got a lot of people talking a lot of shit. So she's like, let me sit tight. Let's see what Mueller has to say. I said that from the get-go. I'm going to stick to my guns here. She has several new beginnings here. So she has Ace of Wands and, or several, she has two. But Ace of Wands and Ace of Pentacles. So this woman will be, well, she's on the fence. So write her. Talk to her. Talk to this woman and tell her you want impeachment because it could sway her. I'm telling you, she's on the fence. But it is hinging on Mueller. What she's going to do. There's no long-term plan. Let's see if Dems in general have a long-term plan. Yeah, Mary, I'm not sure. Again, same deal. I don't think a lot of people are going to go to jail. Some people will, some people won't. Some people will be in contempt, some people won't. Some people will be in trouble, some people won't. So people will definitely fall through the cracks on this. That's it. I mean, and people are going to go, well, why didn't you get all of them? And it's just like, I don't know, there were too many of them. Who's running the country? I said this before. I've read on this several times, and I've always said it's Jared and Ivanka. Always. From the get-go, from 2017. I love Esberg and Mueller, Barr, Rosenstein. What the fuck? All right, so show me, do Dems have a plan? I don't know if I'm going to get through all these questions because y'all had a lot. I don't feel like Dems have a plan. I feel like there are factions with plans, but I don't feel like there's one big cohesive plan. Everybody's trying to convince everybody of their way is the right way. Right now, the main plan is to go slowly. Observe and go slowly. Watch and go slowly. So there's no cohesive plan here. Pelosi's in the home environment, so her plan is the plan right now. That's it. That's all there is. Do they seem to come together on something, all these multiple factions that we saw in that last reading with Nancy and that Five of Wands? It seems that they do. So deals are made, and people go, okay, yep, this is what we're doing. So it looks like eventually at some point there is a cohesive plan. Right now, Nancy is running the show, and that's Nancy's plan, and that's what she wants to do. But it looks like, I have a feeling, and I could be wrong on this, God knows, but I have a feeling the evidence is so ridiculous and overwhelming that they're like, oh, okay, we have to do something. Like, we can't just not do anything. So I think we get to that point. Letitia James. Let's look at Letitia James. So Letitia James is the new DA for SDNY. Let's see. Although I said Barr wouldn't obstruct SDNY, that doesn't mean whoever comes after him won't, acting general attorney or whatever. That's tricky. That's tricky. That's going to have to be, I think that question should be reworded because I don't think we're going to have Barr much longer. We may not have an acting attorney at all. So that kind of gets weird. Let's just see SDNY. First of all, show me Letitia James. And what does she do to Trump? Okay. I wanted better cards on her. She has a rocky start. She comes out on top. Bam. Long story short, she has a rocky start. That's why I said I wanted better cards on her. She comes out on top. So whatever she sets out to do, she ultimately succeeds. Although she may not succeed in every single damn thing, but there's a strong chance she will succeed in every single damn thing. So is the SDN line, are those investigations obstructed at all? Yes, they are. Not necessarily by the Attorney General. There's massive obstruction going on. And they have a mole. There's a mole. There's a mole in that office. Huh. Somebody's given information back to Trump or Trump lawyers. They have a mole. Straight up, they have a mole. Nettie says, can you read on who's taking care of our country right now? Jared and Ivanka. I feel like we're spinning out of control. Yes, we are. No one's protecting us. No one's protecting us right now. We are kind of flapping in the wind, Nettie, and that's the God's honest truth. I think that Democrats, especially in the House, although there are some Senate Democrats that are like, it feels like the House is way more energized, and maybe it's just because they have a majority, so they're able to be more energized. But those are the ones trying to help people out. There are activists that are trying to help people out. If anything, if you're looking for who's really protecting democracy and protecting America, it's activism. It's not politicians. Is Rosenstein, oh Heather, smart question. Is Rosenstein intentionally asking for congressional subpoenas by mentioning personal conversations? Maybe. I mean, he's definitely in CYA mode, but he's also in Kiss Trump's ass mode. So, I mean, I feel like that could go either way. I follow Ann Rice on Facebook, and she said that she thinks Trump wants to be impeached, and that's why he's so flagrant about everything, because he doesn't care about anything but being the star of the show. She says she feels like he really wants to be impeached, and that's why he's doing what he's doing. She might be right. You know, she might be right. Quite honestly. Michelle Obama throwing her hat in the ring. I don't see it. I just don't see it. I'm kind of meh on that. I don't know why, but I'm meh on that. Could I read more into how humans get their energy? Chris wants to know, yeah, that's a good one, actually. That reminds me of the Conan O'Brien sketch, right? It's like the year 2000. Is that what it was? You know, and they do the flashlights. I'll take a peek at that, Chris, but I think I'm going to insert it into either my climate change reading. Actually, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. I'm going to do that. That's where I'll stick that one. Argems wants to know about angels. I'm the wrong person to read on that because I don't believe in angels. I've never felt angels. I've been made aware of angelic energies, but never have I felt an individual angel. So I think the energy is out there, but is it, are there various personalities and the way these personalities are described? I'm the wrong lady to ask because I don't believe in it. So my answer would be no. Huh. Okay. You know what? See, I wouldn't look too much at, does Trump have a chance at winning 2020? People are just saying shit. Of course he has a chance. There's Nazis everywhere. That's why he has a chance. There's Russians everywhere. That's why he has a chance. If the man wins in 2020, it's not a fair and free election, just like it's not a fair and free election in 2016. So, I mean, yeah, he has a chance, but to, in my opinion, as a psychic and as a thinking person, to even make the assumption that he has already won legally and would win legally and you know, free and fair and clear, it's a wrong assumption to make. And of course, media is making it, and I think media is making a huge mistake there. So, There's my answer on that. All right, what else I got here? Trista says she loved the last Drunk Tarot and wants us to check in with Jerry Garcia. I don't know. I don't like to bring in the dead with Casey. And in fact, I've never done it before. But maybe that's one for me and Megan Davis. But I think I'll save that one. Or, of course, you can always ask Linda G. Although I don't know what she reads on. Honestly, I don't know if she's doing just Trump over there. I don't know. As you know, I don't watch other psychics. So I don't know what she's been up to. Yes, Peggy, Bar's covering up. Huh! Alice says Barf is stuttering, stumbling, and lying through his teeth. Raven Jen, big thumbs up for Santos' shaved his socks look. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Sharon says she wants to know if the Russians hacked in the Republicans. Yes, they did. We know they did for a fact they did, and they didn't do anything with the information. Hence all of my, I think they're being blackmailed. What is going on with the GOP? I just kind of want to look at that. Right, exactly, Christy. So Christy says, the Washington Post broke the story about Mueller stating Barr misrepresented the report. When Mueller testifies, it will be obvious and clear that the president's family and agents are obstructing justice. Yes. And then she says, why is the GOP fighting the truth? Well, I think it might go back to Sharon's situation about the Russians hacking the Republicans. Is it blackmail? Why are the Republicans covering for Trump? Can you show me, is it blackmail? I don't know what the card of blackmail would be, but we're going to check it out. We're going to take a peek, friends. And as always, thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for being patrons. Ooh. I mean, I think blackmail might be in the cards, friends. I would say if there's any card of blackmail, it would be the devil. Okay. I mean, there's definitely money involved here. And I think some of them were actually blackmailed. And then some of them are just being paid off. I mean, honestly, that's what it really is coming down to me. Some people were paid off and some people are being blackmailed. A lot of people, I think, have been paid off. I think Lindsey Graham has been paid off. Everybody, you know, is suspecting blackmail. I might have even said it at one time or another, but honestly, I'm feeling on him right now. I've been feeling on him all day because I watched that opening thing where he's like, and Hillary's emails. And so I've been getting his vibes all day, and I think this man was paid off. Big time paid off. Melania, oh, Lisa, I don't want to read on that hoe. I want to read on that hoe. Bridget wants to know how quickly will stupid Trump's lawsuits be dealt with. I love it. No, it was worded just fine. So that, I don't know, this thing has its own pacing and it's fucking slow. This whole entire Trump-Russia thing has its own pace, and it's been slow from the get-go, and it's going to continue to be slow. All right, we'll do any messages for y'all, and then the May forecast will be coming out today or tomorrow. Any messages? So I'm going to start doing some preliminary card reads on Disneyland and vibes and stuff on Disneyland. I'm going to tell you this, that I'm a Waltophile. So I already know so much about Walt Disney. To channel him would be erroneous. It would be a fake. Like I can't channel him. I already know him. I already know him too well. So I'm not going to channel Walt, but I do want to go check out the vibes while I'm there, and I'm going to be doing some preliminary card readings on the vibes. It's a weird place. I'm telling you, there's something weird about this place, and I know I've talked about the 33rd ley line and all that, and maybe I'll get vibes on Walt, but I'm not going to do a whole deep dive on Walt. I am going to do a deep dive on Disneyland, the actual physical place. So if you have any suggestions on stuff I should be looking at to read on before I get there, or read on while I am there, let me know, because I'm going to start doing that. Ooh, guys. Hey, this moon is going to be really interesting. So this whole reading is about the full moon coming up. And it's funny because I just tweeted about it the other day. But this whole reading is about the full moon coming up. A lot of major arcana cards here. Basically, the cards are like, everything's fine. Everything's fine, although some things may be delayed. But overall, things are great. Justice card below the reading. 11, master number. Hello. It's good. This moon, though, here in the cards, and listen, it's going to bring you stuff. Full moon, possibly new moon, but I'm leaning more towards the full moon. It's going to bring you stuff. It's going to bring you stuff. It's going to bring you stuff that you need. It's going to bring you stuff that you want. It's going to be pretty fucking epic. I mean, if you ever want to go outside and dance naked under a full moon, you know, and start, you know, making manifestation requests, this is the one to do it under, according to these cards. It's beautiful. It's bringing us brand new stuff. The Fool is in the home environment. Hierophant and Judgment are here as well. And to me, this just says it's structure. It's bringing form to things that were previously only fantasies. I'm telling you, this is a big moon. It is a big full moon. So yes, get in those full moon intentions if you're on that tier. I believe it's the $20 or $30 tier. I don't remember. Well, I can look right here. Wait a minute. Let's see. Oh, that would be 20. But you know, set your own intentions, do your own rituals. This full moon is it's gonna pack a wallop. It's gonna be really interesting, and it is gonna be very good for manifestation. So on that note, I'll see you later. I do love you. I do adore you. Thank you for being patrons. I fucking love our happy little community. I love it. I love it. It's like every time I dip in here, especially on the chats and like reading your comments, it's just like dipping my toes in just the most luxurious, fabulous waters. It really is. You guys are amazing. You make this whole thing what it is. You know, I just sit here and read cards and put on fake eyelashes. But you guys always come with that good